What's up, guys? It's JC, and I just wanted to bring a new topic to the forefront. A lot of people are actually discussing the PlayStation 3 at this moment in time because the PS4 is right around the corner, and we all know that once the PS4 comes out, that'll be Sony's main console, and a lot of people are questioning. I've never had a PS3. Is it time to get one? Is it worth getting one at this point? Or some people are questioning, is it worth keeping their PS3? And my answer to both is undoubtedly yes. And here is my reason why. From my personal experience, I've had a PS3 since January of 2007. And there's been a lot of ups, there's been a lot of downs. But definitely more ups than downs. But I had the original 60 gigabyte model, and with the 60 gig model, it was great. It had all the built-in original features, PS2 backwards compatibility, you name it, whatever you name it, it had it. But as we all know, this generation has not been too kind to many people, especially the early adopters. And I had a console that ended up yellow lighting of death on me. And that happened, I bought it in January '07. That happened around June of 2008. And trust me, I played that thing faithfully. So it was bound to happen. And it was the worst possible time because this was around the time Metal Gear Solid 4 was coming out. And that just, oh, that crushed me. So, long story short, I had to pay for it to get fixed, $150, and Sony only gives you a 3-month extended warranty after they fix your busted PS3, which sucks. But I refused to pay any more than that to get an extended warranty because I already paid enough for the console itself, and you know, I had to pay you to fix it, and I felt cheated. But you know, that's economics, that's corporations for you. Anyway, it worked, and it worked, and it worked up until about a year ago, and it died again. And I was pissed off. So much so that I said, you know what? I'm just gonna wait to hear about the PS4. I'm sure it'll be backwards compatible. Never mind about PS3. I'm done with it. Even though I knew The Last of Us was coming out, GTA 5 was coming out, I just knew I could wait a year and a half to get PS4, and I'd get all those games later on. Well, it's safe to say PS4 was announced February 2013. I don't know. I don't remember. And it turns out it's not backwards compatible. So that left me between a rock and a hard place. I still stood firm against buying another one. I really did. And it got harder and harder because, for one, I'm looking at my PS3 collection every single day. It's right in my living room, and you just yearn to play some of these games. And two, of course, I had some people on my friends list, my PSN friends list, that I actually know personally. So they'd call me and say, oh, you got to check out this game, or I wish you could play this. Shout out to Jay Blaze on that, because he would make things so hard on me. And I would just say, you know what, forget it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to fall to it. I'm not going to buy another one. Forget it. It just got to a point where I was like, you know what, I gotta play something though. The Last of Us had just released and people were going nuts over it. And so my short-term resolve was to actually look up on YouTube ways to fix the PS3 yourself without dismantling it, because I didn't want to do that. And I found out about some little blow dryer trick where you just kind of bring hot air to the back of the vent and then you cool it down for 15 minutes after that. And I was like, this is never gonna work. I tried it, didn't work. And I tried it on low temperature, but then I watched the video again, the guy said you have to have it on high. So I was like, all right, let me try one more time. And I tried it and it actually worked. But he did forewarn me that it is a short-term solution to an ongoing problem. And sure enough, it worked. I bought The Last of Us. I managed to beat The Last of Us, and like 2 days after I beat The Last of Us, it died on me again. I was just thankful enough to have beaten The Last of Us and enjoyed it in its entirety. But I couldn't even enjoy games anymore because I knew every time I fixed it using that blow dry trick, it would eventually crap out on me. So I had all these games I started to catch up on, and it just died again. So my answer for myself is yes. I ended up getting the PS3 Super Slim, whatever you want to call it, with the GTA 5 bundle. And obviously, you see the gameplay recording of it, and I love it. And I still have my PS4 on pre-order. I still plan on getting it day one. It's just that without backwards compatibility, it makes it that much harder to justify not having a PS3. And up until this point, granted they stripped the PS3 of its backwards compatibility, but they did have the games come back out for the PS3 platform. And you'll still be able to do that for PS4. So if you've never had a PS3, you will be able to download PS3 games on your PS4. But it's at the discretion of the developers if they want to put it back out there for you to download, which I'm sure many of them will. But as far as if you've owned one already and you're thinking about selling your PS3 for PS4, that's on you. I'm more of the type to keep my games because I remember back in when PS2 was dying out and PS3 was the thing, a lot of people did not keep their PS2s. I sold all my games and I regretted it. To this day, I'm still trying to find some of those games on the market, which sucks, which really sucks. PS2 was the greatest generation of gaming, in my opinion. In my opinion. So is it worth it? It's worth keeping it if you have it. And if you never had it, maybe hold out on PS4 and just buy some of the backlog of games. I'm sure if you're a gamer, you have some console anyway. So if you never had a PS3, I'm sure you have a 360 and you were able to play majority of the multi-platform games. Have you missed out on some exclusives? Of course. But have PS3 only owners missed out on 360 exclusives? Of course. So it's just the name of the game. It's something you got to do your research for. Personally, I had to rebuy another one just because of the games like The Last of Us, GTA 5, Blacklist came out, Splinter Cell. It's just, I couldn't go any longer without gaming. I had the Vita, but that's a different story entirely. I love it, but it cannot replace a home gaming experience. Nothing can. Nothing can. So I'm holding on to mine. I mean, I literally just bought it. Once the PS4 comes, PS3 will just go in the bedroom and PS4 can stay in the living room. Simple as that. So let me know what you guys think. If you've never had one, do you think it'd be worth buying one at this point or just holding out on PS4? And are you planning on selling your PS3 once PS4 comes out? I know some people aren't into collecting consoles. So let me know. Alright. See you guys.